Uganda has become the subject of debate all over the world, but most importantly, the relations between the United States of America and Uganda has become estranged all of a sudden and for a very long time. So in today's video, I'm going to discuss everything concerning the sanctions that the United States has put on different government officials, but has not yet put it on Uganda as a nation. On Legal News Daily, we're going to discuss everything concerning human rights and the reason as to why the United States is putting sanctions on specific individuals in Uganda's top government. So let's go. Welcome to Legal News Daily. My name is Kahuma, the usual host on this channel. And today we're going to discuss the sanctions that have been put on different government officials by the United States on the Ugandan government. Now, make no mistake, this is not a sanction that has been put on the government of Uganda, put on different individuals. Now, the newest of them all has been Mr.Byabashaija, who is the head of prisons or the head of Uganda Prisons in Uganda. The United States is saying that, you know what, Uganda, you have enacted the anti-gay law or the anti-LGBT law in your country, and therefore relations are going to be estranged between the two countries, which is the US and Uganda. Now, make no mistake, this is not a political channel. This is the legal channel. Simply Legal is here to simplify the law for you creatively. On our platform, Legal News Daily, we would like to break everything down for you. Now, before we begin, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and most importantly, share these videos with everyone who you know would be able to love these videos concerning the law on sanctions, the law on tort, the law on every single thing, both current events and troublesome legal topics which affect the day-to-day life of people. So let's continue. Now, the government of the United States has put sanctions on Mr.Byabashaija and different government officials, claiming that they have destroyed or they have infringed on basic human rights of a human being. Now, what laws are they basically basing on? Of course, they also have their laws in the United States. I'll not go so much into that, but I'll go to the basic principles of what the United States is founded on. The US is founded on liberty, on freedom, and peace to let everyone do their own things. And that also includes the rights of every single person, whether the person belongs to a certain political affiliation, whether that person is either black or white, or most importantly to them, whether that person belongs to a different sexual orientation from another person. But aside from even things concerning sexual orientation, it comes to basic human rights in a prison. Now, Mr.Byabashaija being the head of prisons, they are saying that since he came into office from 2005 to date of 2023, a lot of violation of human rights, they actually called it gross violation of human rights, has taken place within the Uganda prison cells all over the country, and Mr.Byabashaija and his people have not yet done anything about it. Now, we're not here to point fingers, we're just looking at what basic human rights are and what the law talks about them. I'll start with international law, because we have international law which is supreme over domestic laws in any country. The United Nations Charter basically states that every human being or any citizen of the world, as we are now a global village, has a right to freedom from torture. Now, in Uganda, we also have these enshrined under the Constitution of 1995 as amended. The Constitution of the Republic of Uganda 1995 as amended has human rights basically stipulated under Article 22 and Article 44. Now, Article 22 and Article 44 complement each other. They both talk about freedom from torture, degrading and inhuman treatment. Now, in our constitution, we basically have it that every citizen should have a right to be able to maybe stand trial for anything or to enjoy their freedom, or even if they are criminals, they should not be subjected to inhuman or degrading treatment. Now, the US also looked into our law and actually said that indeed we are sanctioning Mr.Byabashaija because he is the boss of Uganda Prisons, and we have looked into the way different people are being treated in the different prisons or prison cells or jail cells, and we're finding that there's a lot of gross violation of human rights. Now, they're sanctioning Mr.Byabashaija because they're saying that him being the boss of Uganda Prisons, he should have been aware of what was happening. He should have been aware of the fact that people's rights are being violated and he is not doing anything about it. Now, it may not be fair, but we are also looking at the fact that every country has a right to sanction whether they want sanction. Now, what is a sanction? A sanction is basically a stoppage, a barrier, or a procedure that a certain country has put on either a country or an individual to stop them from either trading with that country or going to that country, or basically not doing anything concerning that country. So a sanction on a certain country, let's say now in this case the US is actually sanctioning Uganda. So they're basically saying that if at all it happened that the US is sanctioning Uganda as a country, that sanction would look at the fact that we are not trading with Uganda, we're not having anything to do with Uganda because of this and this and this reason. But when a certain country sanctions a human being or an individual in another country, they're basically telling that individual that you do not have a right to step in our country, you do not have a right to trade with our country. If you have assets or you have bank accounts or money in our country, you do not have a right to access your bank account. So basically they're freezing your entire economic activity in that country. They're also denying you visa access. So an economic sanction on a particular person is a very grave thing, because if at all that person had assets or bank accounts or bank or anything monetary related or even family, they're basically saying that you do not have a right to step in our country because of the reasons you have stipulated. Now, sanctions can be put on anyone or any country, but in this case they're saying they're sanctioning Mr. Byabashaija for that particular reason. So we recently had visa restrictions that were put on the National Unity Platform leader, Mr. Robert Kyagulanyi, who is commonly known as Bobby Wine, being lifted off of him. So the UK had put visa restrictions and indirect sanctions on Mr. Kyagulanyi because of something he said concerning the LGBT community. Now, recently they were lifted and he was able to go to the UK. Different sanctions have been put on different individuals. They're not only restricted to countries, but also human beings. But let's just see, anything could happen, they are on. And most importantly, if you're ever looking for a lawyer at any time, please visit my legal mobile app called Farmeron. Farmeron is an app which connects people and lawyers together, offering a multitude of different services which can be able to help you with whatever issue. If you're someone from outside and you want to buy land or you want to access a lawyer, please feel free to go download the Farmeron app, both on Android and Apple Play Store. The lawyers can be able to help you with land issues, with family issues, with international issues like sanctions. You could be sanctioned and you want a lawyer to be able to help you with that. Please log on to the Farmeron app and use the services there. We have about 30+ lawyers who can help you with whatever legal issue that you have. Until next time, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you. Oh, before I also leave this video, please check out these different playlists which I put, and you can be able to enjoy more and more Simply Legal. Until next time, bye.